demanding complete bed rest. Top source at the Shaukat Khanum Hospital saying that he's been advised complete bed rest for the next 3 weeks. He cannot walk. That's what we are given to understand with Imran Khan. But Ali Tahir, there are visuals of Imran Khan waving his hand, showing the fist closed, smiling, and then allowing his workers to carry him from out of the container into the vehicle. At that time, he looked very comfortable. Then the next cut to the shot when he is actually entering the hospital, when he is hobbling, he cannot stand. So one wonders which visuals to believe. And it's in, so is it convincing that he was, do you agree with Alok Bansalji that this is just a threat, because it's less than 24 hours after he took on Qamar Javed Bajwa. He actually named Qamar Javed Bajwa and said Bajwa is not acting against the corrupt people. And then there is this attack which has happened. So is it retaliatory? Is it constructed? Is it somebody giving him a warning? How do you see all of this?
You see, I got your question, but before I come to it, there's just one remark that I want to make. The lady that spoke after me, very respectfully, I would tell her, there are no crazy gun people in Pakistan. There might be, just as in any other society, and she's welcome to visit us sometime and show us we're very sweet people, and we'll be very hospitable to her as well. Now, coming to your question, you'll have to see that sometimes in the burst of the movement, in the heat of the movement, some sportsman gets injured, he gets back up, and then only later on does he realize that he's been injured so much. So the visuals right now, they were from the heat of the movement. They were at the spur of that movement. I don't think that we can rely on those visuals too much to realize what sort of medical condition Khan Sahib would be in, or what sort of crime scene it really was. Because we've only seen it in bits and pieces. We do not have the entire visuals in the sort of a film or a Netflix series before us, so we cannot really judge on those accounts. I do, however, believe that and I hope that he gets better soon, and I do believe that for right now he might not be able to take part in political activities. There might be some rest period for him right now, and this is the time where the PTI and the major advisory group that works with Khan would have to reflect on their security strategy as well. Secondly, insofar as the establishment attacking him or not, you see, I'll be very honest with you, and I'll come straight to the point. I do not think that this is something that the establishment would do. I understand that one of the panelists made a reference to the attack on Hamid Mir, but once again, it was a near-fatal attack. One of the bullets was in his kidneys. One of the bullets is still lodged within his pelvis area, and he was very...
Right, so he's saying that Hamid Mir, it was intended to kill, but he survived. So it's contrary to what many would say. But there are multiple visuals and a lot of things which are happening. But clearly, Imran Khan and the PTI are going to milk this to the hill to try and drum up more support. And it's only going to increase the headache of the current disposition, ladies and gentlemen. This conversation continues, but we wind up this edition of The Right Stand as I thank all our guests. Zaka Jacob joining us from Bengaluru with brass tacks.
Hello and welcome to this special edition of Brass Tacks, coming to you live from the Garden City, the IT city of Bengaluru. But tonight's top focus is going to be on what's happened across the border in Pakistan. Former Prime Minister of Pakistan Imran Khan was today shot at multiple times, at least in 3 different places on both his legs, as he was leading the long march in a place called Wazirabad. At least one shooter managed to get all the way up to the container where Imran Khan was living in for the period of this long march and shot at him multiple times. One 9mm pistol as well as 2 empty magazines were recovered from the site. Imran Khan had to be rushed from Wazirabad to Lahore for medical treatment. But most importantly, the question that's being asked is, this has come almost exactly 15 years since a former Prime Minister, another former Prime Minister, Benazir Bhutto, was killed in an assassination attempt. Was this an assassination attempt at a former Prime Minister, Imran Khan? And more importantly, was this in keeping with the recent tensions that we have seen over the better part of the last couple of years between Imran and the army, and more so in the last few days, where there was open name-calling by Imran and his close political associates at the top leadership of the army? What message does today's assassination attempt, quote unquote, on Imran Khan send to the political establishment in Pakistan? More importantly, can any politician, whether it is Zulfikar, whether it is Benazir, or whether it is today Imran Khan, ever dare to go against the army in Pakistan? But first, the story of the days today.
The moment of an assassination bid against former Pak PM Imran Khan in Gujranwala, Pakistan. Chaos and mayhem ruled near his reception camp at Zafarali Chowk after the gunshots rang out. At least 4 PTI party leaders were among those injured. One of them, Ahmed Chatta, succumbed.
दुआएं अल्लाह ताला आप सबको अपने ज़ुमा में रखे इमरान खान साहब के लिए दुआएं अल्लाह उन्हें अपने ज़ुमा में रखे अल्लाह का करम है सब खैरियत से कुछ साथी हमारे जो शदीद जख्मी हैं एक साथी का बताया जा रहा है कि वो शहीद हो गए
An injured Khan was rushed to an SUV and shifted to hospital, hit on both legs by 3 bullets. TV images showed 2 men brandishing a gun at the rally close to Khan's container. The attacker, who has been arrested, had fired at Imran Khan when he was going to address his ongoing long march to Islamabad against the Shehbaz Sharif government. 2 pistols and ammunition have been recovered.
इसलिए किया है कि ये लोगों को गुमराह कर रहा था इमरान खान और मुझसे ये चीज़ देखी नहीं गई और मैंने इसको मार दिया मारने की कोशिश की पूरी मारने की कोशिश की कि मैं इसको मारूं सिर्फ और सिर्फ इमरान खान को और किसी को नहीं.
Punjab's Health Minister Dr. Yasmeen Ahmed confirmed that Khan is out of danger and stable. In his first reported interaction with close aides soon afterwards, an injured Imran said, and I quote, "Allah has given me another life. I will fight back. I know they want to kill me, but they don't know Allah is protecting me." Condemning the incident, Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has asked for an immediate report. Aides to the former Pak PM have demanded strong measures.
इमरान खान महफूज है. हमारे कई साथी जो है वो जख्मी हैं, इस वक्त अस्पतालों में हैं. किसी भी रजीम चेंज एक्सरसाइज का जो आखिरी मरहला होता है वो एलिमिनेशन होती है. आज का वाकया जो कि बड़ा अफसोसनाक है, ये इस मौजूदा हुकूमत के कारनामे हैं, राना सनाउल्लाह के कारनामे हैं.
The tremors are being felt across Pakistan. People have come out onto the streets in Punjab province and a riot-like situation threatens. The Imran incident has brought back chilling memories of former Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto's assassination at a rally in 2007.
All right, joining us now on the talking point here on Brass Tacks, G. Parthasarathi, former Indian High Commissioner to Pakistan. Ishad Ahmed Khan is a senior PMLN leader. Ahmed Javed Bhatti will be joining us. He's a senior PTI leader. Omar Altaf, a senior journalist in Pakistan, and Kamar Chima, defense analyst as well on the broadcast this evening. But let me start with Ambassador Parthasarathi first. What is your reading of what happened today in Wazirabad? Was this an assassination attempt, or is this exaggerated to say that the target was Imran Khan?
No, I wouldn't take a view as yet on that, because the fact of the matter is there have been assassinations of prime ministers and others in Pakistan. It started with Liaquat Ali Khan, their first prime minister, then on to Benazir Bhutto. Yes, Imran Khan, there's no question, was becoming more and more popular, and more so as he was one person who challenged the military. And he was picking up support. Therefore, there certainly, given Pakistan's history, the fact of getting a former prime minister assassinated, or a prime minister designate assassinated, is nothing new. And the fact is that this was a very amateurishly done job. So I would rule out any accusation against the army or which some of Imran Khan's supporters may put. And it will require an investigation, but it will perhaps end up in a mess with no firm conclusion. You didn't have one in the case of Liaquat. You didn't have one in the case of Benazir Bhutto, and people have died in mysterious circumstances. But it is part of a larger malady. The malady is this availability of guns in Pakistan. Everybody is can get hold of one quite easily, and it's therefore very difficult to trace. And the guy who confessed hardly seems to be the person who would have been set out to assassinate. One does not know what his mental and other conditions are. So yes, it is reflective of growing violence. Reflective of growing violence in Pakistan. Imran, as I said, though there were many who disliked
I also want to
him,
go across to Omar Altaf, who's a senior journalist who's joining us. Omar, straight away comparisons are being made, and this is not just being made by Imran Khan's party folks. This is being made by senior journalists, by analysts in Pakistan, to what happened to Benazir Bhutto in 2007, that any politician who dares to question the army or cross the army meets this kind of a fate. PTI, of course, is going to town saying that Rana Sanaullah is responsible for what happened, given the threats that we've heard in public over the last few days. What is your best assessment of what happened to Imran Khan today, and what may likely be the fallout of it?
Political assassinations have been happening quite frequently in the Indian subcontinent. It's happened in India, it's happened in Pakistan. Mercifully, Imran Khan escaped. But in a just released statement, PTI Secretary General Asad Umar has called for removal of the Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif, Interior Minister Rana Sanaullah, and a very senior military officer. Otherwise, PTI plans to hold countrywide protests if that doesn't happen. So their demand is clear, and now it's up to how the government and the military establishment would act, because demanding the removal of a prime minister, I don't know what process could lead to that, whether street agitation, Imran Khan would launch a street agitation which would demand the removal of the government, but how would the military act when Imran Khan's party is calling for a removal of a senior military officer? So things remain very fluid, and there are protests going on in Pakistan, and now Imran Khan is currently in Shaukat Khanam hospital where he's undergoing treatment. His next statement would set the tone.
Do you believe, Omar, though, that this might increase the sympathy for Imran Khan, that he was already gaining traction amongst the people of Pakistan? He was trying to play martyr. He had all this conspiracy theory about America, evicting him from power, so on and so forth. And there were folks within the army who couldn't stand him in power. So he was trying to play martyr. Now, with this assassination attempt, would that card work manifestly in Imran Khan's favor?
Obviously, I'm not sure whether it would work in his favor or not, but who would benefit from this situation remains to be seen. But obviously, now that the blood has been added to his movement, there is an outpour of sympathy for Imran Khan, and I think his narrative is going. People would be large majority of people would be buying his narrative hook, line, and sinker. Now, it's Imran Khan undoubtedly is the most popular political leader, and we have seen in the past that popular political leaders in Pakistan either get killed, exiled, or jailed. This Imran has escaped all three so far, but Benazir was attacked.
But for how long? But for how long that his luck might continue? That is a fair question to ask.
I just need to add
let me ask
Kamar. Let me complete. Benazir was also attacked in October 2007. She escaped in the suicide attack, but then she was attacked again, where she couldn't survive. So Imran Khan cannot let the guard down. He needs to be very vigilant as far as security is concerned.
Sure. Let me ask Kamar Chima, the fact that there was no love lost between the army, the top leadership of the army, and Imran Khan over a number of years now, at least a couple of years now, is well known. It started with him wanting to appoint General Faiz Hamid as the DGISI. That did not happen. Eventually, Imran Khan, to this day, believes that there were senior leaders in the army who wanted to see his back from power. And it got so public and so vile that I think a few days ago during this long march, he even called General Bajwa a thug. Is this coming to bite Imran Khan, that in Pakistan, if you dare to take on the army, no matter how big a politician you are, no matter how popular you are, there is a cost to pay?
Well, I think this has nothing to do with the army. Imran Khan was very much popular, but remember the track record historically has been that the religiously motivated militants have targeted the politicians in Pakistan. If you just go back few years back, you have seen that there were a series of attempts against the politicians when Pakistan was fighting war against terrorism. In Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, the former Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto, even Rawalpindi, the politicians in Karachi have been targeted by the militant Islamists. One thing. Now this Imran Khan was in Wazirabad, Gujranwala. So we have to find out the reality, that who is this person? What are the motives behind that? Was he involved? We have came to know that he and his mother were involved in all this. His mother was also somewhere supporting. So the fact is yet to come. But obviously the political polarization have increased. Imran Khan is asking, the new claim from Imran Khan is that the interior minister, the prime minister, and one of the two-star general needs to be removed from their positions. Otherwise, there will be protests across the country. So I think Imran Khan believes that.
No, but we're already seeing, Kamarchima, we're already seeing riots in Punjab between PTI workers and PMLN supporters. The fact that Imran Khan himself said that he believes that Rana Sanola was the person responsible for today's attack. Whether or not there is any basis to that, of course, only an investigation can establish. But the fact remains that he has now put himself firmly in this and said that here is everyone, including the ruling party, there are vested interests in the top leadership of the army who are all out to get me, and today's attack was an evidence of that.
Well, in reality, obviously he's targeting everyone. But remember, when he was in the government, every politician in Pakistan was in jail, including Prime Ministers, President and Prime Minister. Nawaz Sharif was in jail. His daughter was in jail. Former President Asif Ali Zardari was in jail. Rana Sanaullah, the one on whom he put some drugs, he was in jail. So every politician was in jail. So he has put so many. He's put his foot on so many powerful toes, if you remember. And he has been targeting everyone. He made media controversial. So he believes that everyone is against him, and he's challenging the system. He's politically very much popular, but that doesn't mean that he has that kind of a political power. He can remove everyone right now. Remember, Imran Khan was removed from the as a prime minister through a political and democratic process. He was not removed by the military. So his assertion that the military should support him is undemocratic, and this is illegitimate. So his only way to come in power are the elections which are to be conducted.
Let me ask Ambassador Parthsarthi. Let me ask Ambassador Parthsarthi, we do know that by the end of November, General Bajwa's term gets over, and he has said publicly that he doesn't intend to seek an extension. There are at least, as per my understanding, half a dozen generals who are in contention to be the next army chief. Will the events of today and this whole acerbic nature of public bickering that's been going on between Imran Khan's folks and folks in the army, will that have a bearing on who the next chief will be, and what may his disposition be towards the PTI, towards the PMLN, and most importantly, what may be the army's disposition towards elections which are due next year?
Look, let's be real. The Pakistan army is a disciplined force. It goes by what its chief says and what the corps commander says. Faiz Hamid was a bit of a publicity seeker, and he was used by Imran Khan, and Imran Khan used him. I think also he's 4 or 5 down, so he's not in the running for chief. I don't know. There's several things can happen. They can create a new post for General Bajwa. The Americans are very fond of General Bajwa, and in fact, it is the Americans who are believed to have used Bajwa to take on Imran and the others. So I think there will also be talk of an external involvement. All said and done, there will be a crackdown. I'm certain if it gets out of hand, and people respect the military when it uses force. Also, the guy who sort of surrendered and seemed too weak and confused a person to have been able to sort of organize something like this and get after a past prime minister who's, let's face it, very popular in the country. So I think there are wheels within wheels in this, and within Pakistan you can never decide which wheel or find out which wheel particularly led this thing. But the fact is, it's going to become a much
Okay.
hotter potato. There is going to be instability and violence. Imran Khan is undoubtedly popular, but not necessarily the best popular man gets elected in Pakistan. So it is there is going
Of
to be
course.
instability. There is going to be a sense of violence. Imran Khan will go on the war path, but as I said, the fellow whom the poor fellow they have arrested he's a fall guy. This is a much larger conspiracy,
Okay, let me
and
ask
it will
Omar Altaf. You know, the problem with dealing with Imran Khan is he's not a traditional kind of politician. He's a bit of a disruptor of a politician, whether it's in the way he speaks, in the way he conducts himself, in the way he engages with the public, in the way he engages with the opposition in other political parties in Pakistan. Also in foreign policy, he likes to believe himself as a bit of a disruptor politician. If and when elections happen next year, and if there is no dip in his popularity between now and then, do you believe that Imran Khan might get to a stage where the prevailing establishment forces, whether they are political forces, military forces, may find it difficult to control him, to contain him, because he is seeking to break the shackles and have a direct connect with the people in a way that his election or his coming back as Prime Minister becomes a fait accompli?
I think if elections are held and there is a new appointment of the army chief, Imran Khan would want to mend fences if with the coming chief, if General Bajwa relinquishes command, because that is Imran Khan wouldn't want to pit himself and his party against the military, because that is something which every politician would want to avoid. So he has personal, and he would expect that once the new chief comes in, certain key appointments would take place, which would create a better feeling within the establishment and more acceptance of his politics within the military establishment. And so he would, but with the current situation, the transition. It remains to be seen how smoothly the transition happens, how the command gets passed to the next chief, because that has to happen within next 3 weeks almost. Yeah.
Okay. In the next month or so. Let me ask Iftikhar Chaudhry, who's a senior PTI leader, who's also joining us. You know, your leader and many leaders in your party in the PTI have straight away gone on and alleged that Rana Sanaullah, the Interior Minister, is the one who's responsible for this. You've been playing out clips of him making open threats over the last few days and weeks. But the person who was arrested seems extremely frail, extremely weak, almost like a fall guy who could not have done this on his own. How do these two contradictory factors play out? Because if you're saying that this is this great giant conspiracy hatched by the Interior Minister and senior folks in the military, and then you have this, almost a whale kind of a person who's seemingly come out and confessed that he was the one who was responsible, it doesn't quite add up, these two.
I think your guess is wrong. Always when this thing happened, if you go back to Liaquat Ali Khan murder, you will see the Ali Akbar, that's the same like person. This person, especially, he's telling that I am a poor man and I have stopped my motorbike in my uncle's place, but the gun he has, you know how much the price of gun is that? This is almost 3 to 4 lakh. So from where he got it?
Mm-hmm.
Please, when we say it, you know, the Rana Sanaullah is such a foolish man that he has already, since 3-4 months back, he was saying that there will be a lot of bloodshed. And this Rana Sanaullah's history is this: his own party member, Abbas Sher Ali, and his father Sher Ali, he said he murdered about 16 men. Whereas in Pakistan, this is the Model Town massacre. He is the man behind it. So it doesn't mean that.
No, but Iftikhar Saab,
Minister,
coming out and making wild statements, the kind of which Rana Sanaullah did, but to say that he is the one who's responsible for the attack on your leader, you have to back that up with some kind of evidence and put that evidence in the public domain. Otherwise, those allegations are not going to be seriously bought in by the Pakistan people.
Yes, you are very right. I agree with you that right now we don't have evidence that he's the man behind it. But the last 4 or 5 months, his press conference, his statement, he says that I will kill you. I will make, this all Imran Khan. He's not only telling Imran Khan, even Imran Khan party members, they got threatened. So I'm not saying that this is the man who is responsible for it, but I am saying that we think that this has done it. So please, first of all...
Okay, I want to get a final word from Qamar Cheema. I'm curious to know the foreign sort of dimension to this. Qamar Cheema, when Imran Khan was in power, the relationship between US and Pakistan had completely gone off rockers. It was literally in the doghouse. Now, after Shahbaz Sharif has come back to power, there seems to be some kind of an attempt to try and put it back on track. Same is the case with the relationship between Pakistan and China. Shahbaz Sharif just concluded a successful visit to China. CPEC seems to be back on the table, so on and so forth. If Imran Khan were to gain traction between now and the next election, and if he were to emerge as the most popular politician in Pakistan, how may that affect Imran Khan's external dimensions and Pakistan's external dimensions? Because for the longest time when he was Prime Minister, even the IMF debt relief stuff he was not able to take through.
I think this is an important question, that if Imran Khan comes in power, what could be the external dimensions? Remember, neither the Chinese, nor the Arabs, nor the Americans or the Europeans were not happy because of Imran Khan's policies. And there were so many reasons for that. And this was one of the reasons that the Pakistani institutions were very uncomfortable with Imran Khan's assertions on that. One thing. But if he comes in power, there is a likely possibility he will try to act more independently. But looking Pakistan's economic vulnerabilities, looking the internal challenges, he may have to show the strategic patience for that, and for which the Pakistani institutions have been saying we need to show the patience. But Imran Khan, who slowed the CPEC because he was doing the review of the CPEC projects, and money that came, that basically annoyed the Chinese, and in return the entire the CPEC projects got slow. The Americans are very much uncomfortable. Even just yesterday, the US State Department released, State Department said that we are going to give information against misinformation that will come from the former Prime Minister. So it seems that, but at the same time, Imran Khan is trying to tell to the concerned quarters that when he will come in power, he will try to take along everyone with him.
All right, we'll see how this plays out. I think the first and most pressing challenge for Pakistan would be the selection of a new army chief, and how he may be inclined to all the major political parties, whether it's the ruling PMLN or whether it's the PTI, the principal opposition party. That is going to be the principal thing. But make no mistake, politically, Imran Khan is going to milk this, make himself even more and even bigger of a martyr than he already has tried to position himself politically. I want to thank all our guests. As we take a quick break, on the other side, a very special interview with a very special guest who's going to be in the hot seat here in Bengaluru, the IT city. I caught up with the Chief Minister of Karnataka, Wazirabad, as he attempts to make a turnaround in the Bangalore story and in the Karnataka story. He's answered all questions from political to economic to the recent controversies around hijab and halal. Quick break, that exclusive conversation right on the other side.
Imran Khan, I as far as my personal intuition is concerned, I think he hasn't had a bullet injury. Otherwise, their party persons would have told us by now, or even if they wanted to keep it a secret, they would have told us in confidentiality. But
some updates that have come in. Munaji, I'm interrupting you because this is the update, latest update. Our investigations editor Manoj Gupta is getting us. Gunmen attacking Imran Khan's container in Wazirabad. Firing by unknown persons near Imran Khan's container in Wazirabad city of the Gujranwala division. And we have Imran Khan received a bullet injury. He's injured and he's been shifted for medical care. Firing incident happened during PTI's long march against the federal government. More than 15 PTI workers have been injured, including the former governor of Sindh, Imran Ismail, and also PTI leader Faisal Javed. Former governor of Sindh, Imran Ismail, is reportedly injured in the firing at Imran Khan's container. So this is what we are given to understand. Even Imran Khan has picked up and is injured. He's been moved for medical care urgently. But former governor of Sindh, Imran Ismail, and Faisal Javed, both of them have also been injured in this firing. Nearly 15 PTI workers reportedly are injured. The attack has happened with an AK-47 rifle. That is also another input that's coming in. Plenty of information now trickling in as we look at the overall exclusive information coming through. Our investigations editor Manoj Gupta getting us these details. I'm going through it once again. That gunmen attacking Imran Khan's container in Wazirabad. There is one attacker who's been arrested so far. We are also given to understand the firing was done by unknown people near Imran Khan's container in Wazirabad city of the Gujranwala division. This is in the Punjab province, and as Muna Alam was telling us that the security had been provided by the Punjab government itself. Imran Khan has received a bullet injury. He's injured and is shifted for medical care. That's what we are given to understand. How serious is the injury? What had happened? We still don't have the details. Firing incident has happened during PTI's long march against the federal government. More than 15 PTI workers are injured, including former governor of Sindh, Imran Ismail, and also Faisal Javed, whose pictures CNN News 18 has actually accessed. Faisal Javed's pictures we have. He's sitting there on a wheelchair, with band-aid on his cheeks, on his face, and also bloodstains all over his dress. And 15 people injured. And there are also visuals that we have got. We have got exclusive visuals which we will try and put out in just a bit. There are pictures of Imran Khan that we should be getting in a short while from now. Absolute melee. But in that, Imran Khan has now been shifted for medical care. These are pictures that we are getting, exclusive visuals here on CNN News 18. Pictures that nobody else has access to, where Imran Khan is seen with injury on his face and somewhere, and he's being seated on a chair. These are the visuals that we are playing out right now. Exclusive visuals that we are playing out of Imran Khan being seen seated. He looks visibly uncomfortable. He looks visibly in a state where he is required of physical help, and there are people who are trying to lift him up. This is the only channel which has pictures of him being moved out of the container, and he's being taken and made to sit inside the car. He's been moved out of the container, made to sit inside the car. At that time, he looks all right. He seems to be all right as he's being moved into the container. From the container into the car, he seems to be all right. And there are security personnel all around him trying to guard Imran Khan at this point. But we are given to understand that he has been injured. So there are two sets of visuals that we have accessed. Mona Alam still with us. Mona Alam, so this was what reports said, that he's been moved away to safety. Imran Ismail, Faisal Javed, both injured. Two visuals of Imran Khan. One visual where he's looking visibly in discomfort, and he's being helped by 3 or 4 people. He's being lifted. Another visual when he's being transferred from the container into a car and then being whisked away with supporters and, of course, his entire special protection or the security cordon also trying to guard him altogether. So dramatic visuals we have accessed. Where we got more pictures from the hospital, very, very dramatic visuals that are coming through, discomforting visuals, ladies and gentlemen. There is a lot of blood And I'm going to request our team to exercise caution as we put it on air. The next set of visuals which have just come in can be discomforting. It is coming in from the hospital where there is absolute chaos. There is immediate care that's being administered to some of the injured. As many as 15 PTI workers have been injured, and they are all being rushed to hospital for medical care. Abhishek Jha with us. Abhishek, this is the situation is unfolding by the minute, and dramatic turn of.
Hello and welcome to this special broadcast here on CNN News 18. After 2 years of the pandemic, stalled investments and economic malaise, and of course all the political implications of it, finally the Karnataka story seems to be back on track after the successful hosting of the Global Investors Meet, where more than 5 lakh crores of investments have been promised. And joining me is the man in the hot seat, the man who many are saying is responsible for this turnaround story, the Chief Minister of Karnataka, Shri Basavaraj Bommai. Thank you very much for speaking with us here on CNN News 18. So the Global Investors Meet, it's been a huge success. More than 5 lakh crores of investment have been pledged. Are you happy with the way things have panned out?
Yeah, certainly it is turning out to be more than 7 lakh crores. Especially after COVID.
Yeah.
When there was a gloom of in economics in other parts of the world. Of course, the resilient Indian economy is growing at the 6.7 to 7% growth. But nevertheless, the entire world, especially the great economic giants like US, Canada, European Union, they are not only facing inflation, they are facing recessions also.
Yeah.
And the second issue, which is really been very well closely watched, is the falling of China in economic front.
Correct.
They have got their own internal problems. Nevertheless, most of the countries are thinking of China plus one. That means they want alternate to China. And the countries which have taken up are Cambodia, Korea. These are all very small countries.
Sure.
India has got that capability of technology, mass production. It has got capability of capital investments. Therefore, large number of foreign capital is flowing into this country. And the faith in our leader Narendra Modi ji to lead the country from the front and really bring it out of economic crisis, although it can be a second economic stop after the Western world. So I feel that if the opportunity is used from emerging economic India, it will be emerged economic India. And in the entire country, Karnataka plays a very important role. It has been playing for a long time.
Sure.
So the success story of Karnataka will be certainly a great boost for the success story of India.
So tell me something, sir. One of the concerns has been that 5 lakh crore, 6 lakh crore, whatever has been pledged. We've seen this in the past in other states as well, in Gujarat, in Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Bengal, where there's a lot of investments that are pledged, but ultimately what translates on ground is a small figment of that.
You're right.
How are you going to mitigate that?
The previous government, which did government Global Investor Meet in Karnataka, they could hardly realize 28%. So this time we have changed the plans. We have been talking to the industries about 5 months back. MOUs were signed. After MOU signed, we didn't keep quiet. We followed it up. They have put applications for the projects. And we are already cleared 2.8 lakh crores of worth of projects have been cleared before the Global Investors Meet.
Okay.
So we have been very proactive to see that a lot of is converted, MOUs are converted into projects. Second thing, I have told my officers, whatever MOs are there other than 2.8 crores, whatever it comes, 5 lakhs, 6 or 7 lakhs. This should be decided in next 3 months.
Okay.
Either they come or they don't come.
Correct.
Because we are very, very serious government to make Karnataka as a growth engine, and we want investor also to be serious. And secondly, I am inviting the investors on our strength, not on our incentives and other doles. I want them to come for the technology, for the skilled manpower. I want them to come for a very good cosmopolitan culture.
Correct.
And I want them to come where mass scale productions are done. And India is such a big market. So based on our strength, I want them to come invest so that they will be successful.
There was a feeling even up until a few months ago that the Bangalore story is over. People don't want to come and invest in Bangalore. Other cities are coming up. Hyderabad was taking away business. Chennai was taking away business. Do you feel that that concern has now been addressed, and what have you done to address that concern?
One big company or even a small company going out of Bangalore. People once come to Bangalore, they make it a home.
Once in Bangalore, you can
Once
never go out of Bangalore.
You're always in Bangalore. And habit of living in Bangalore is so addictive that they can't go outside. And I don't want to talk negative or ill about other cities like other of my counterparts. As I said, I want to build my Karnataka on its strength so that it lasts long. I don't want to say that something is wrong there, you come here. वो नौबत हमको नहीं आई है. Secondly, my competition is with the world. It's a global competition. My ITBT are competing with Silicon Valley. My aerospace is competing with US and France. Out of 500 Fortune companies, 400 are here. And 400 niche R&D centers, innovation centers are in Bangalore, right from human genomics to the space. No other city in the world can come anywhere near Bangalore in this regard, R&D.
Okay.
Forget India. 400 niche. Every day more than 5,000 to 10,000 engineers all over the world come to Bangalore for R&D purpose. Come and go out. So this is the level of ecosystem we have been created.
But tell me something, investors are also concerned, and this has been a perennial thing, even before your government came to power, about infrastructure, traffic woes. We saw that recently with the rains also, how one part of Bangalore had completely submerged. What is your government doing to address that concern?
I think I was seeing a TV other day where the rains have played havoc in Canada, in US, even in Japan. So whenever there is a huge rainfall in a short time, it is going to create. And this is all temporary.
Okay.
It's all, see, which city doesn't have floods, you tell me? Hyderabad didn't have, Delhi didn't have, Chennai didn't have. Bombay, it has become a routine.
Yeah.
Whenever monsoon comes, it has become routine. This is because this is how the cities are built in this country. Villages have been converted into cities and cities have been converted to mega cities. So time has come for the entire country to think of building new cities rather than expanding the old cities. And the same problem we are also facing. The traffic, we are 5,000 new vehicles hit every day.
True.
We are 125 crores, 1.25 crores of population, and we have got a traffic population of 1.10. Shortly we are going to overtake the population.
So there are more vehicles than people in Bangalore.
And the highest number of people come to Bangalore in a day. The floating population is the highest in the country. So these are the challenges. So we have to improve our infrastructure, certainly, I agree. That's why we want to decongest Bangalore. And I am talking of building new townships in and around Bangalore with a proper mobility. And I am at it, and already we have taken certain steps. That is one way of building or expanding the Bangalore. Second is improving the systems, especially traffic. I am now relying on my technology. For example, seamless signals, where signals make vehicles stop for 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Yeah.
There has to be a seamless signals, at least on the major roads. And then lot of changes in the traffic plan. So it's all in the annual. In days to come, I'm sure that traffic will be trying to ease it out.
Okay, let's come to some political questions. When you took office over a year ago, there was this whole moniker about corruption sarkar, 40% sarkar, so on and so forth. There was this famous case of a contractor who had even written to the Prime Minister. The Congress opposition has been making a big deal about it. My question to you is, what have you done in the last 1 year to erase that perception or to mitigate that perception?
First of all, that perception is political. Nothing true. I called them. Said, please give me one small or big case where you have paid 40 or less than 40%. You tell me.
Okay.
They never came out of this. And some of the contractors were telling television that we have paid so much and all. And when we
asked them,
they never done the work for last 8 years. No, it is totally political. That's apart. To weed out the corruption, it all starts from the estimates of the work. Estimates are bloated. So I have made a committee, a high-level committee, where High Court judge is there, and retired High Court judge is there, and retired technical officers are there. They're going to scrutinize all the major estimates of the major projects, right, which comes from the department. And they're going to scrutinize critically and see that if nothing is bloated, nothing has been add-on is not there, it should be realistic. That's number one. Number two, I have said that not more than 5% premium should be paid to all cut. Earlier, in some cases during Congress government, Siddaramaiah government, I got incident they paid 20%, 30%, 40%, 50% premium. So I stopped all that nonsense.
Okay.
And then there was a demand from contractors that at taluka level, the more participation should be there. So no big package has to be. I have taken steps for that. We have passed orders, it's already implemented. Thirdly, in terms of payments, there was questions asked. So I said everything should be on seniority. And I am now digitalizing the entire payment. No contractor should come to the office. It should go to his account, whatever it is due is.
Sure.
Before payment, all the checking should be done. So these are major changes I am going to bring out in the entire payments, not only payments, awarding, everything. And Congress had removed all the technical scrutiny committee and tender scrutiny committee in irrigation and other department. I brought it back. So there are 3 levels of checks. So this is how we are trying to see that the system takes care of all these corruption elements. And if system improves, then more than men, you know what, different kind of men. But if system improves, I think it brings a lot of change. And corruptions are at 2 levels. One at the higher level and at the lower level. Lower level corruption, I am trying to address them through, once again, technology.
Okay.
We have got units in every gram panchayats, Grama 1. So where the certificate, different kind of certificates are issued online. Whenever they come, they have to just feed their online and they get it. So within few minutes, they get all the certificates instead of standing for a long queue and that thing. So at different levels, we are trying to improve the whole thing.
So when the same Congress, the same opposition that you referred to, they are taking out posters and campaigns about corruption in your government, what do you say to them? You say that it's a political thing, that it has no bearing in reality?
Who is speaking? Devil is quoting.
The scripture.
Yeah. They are, Congress party is the architect of corruption in this country. Both starts with C, Congress and corruption. They go together. Who is speaking? Secondly, They think that by doing this, by putting dirt on me, they think get away. But there is whole lot of skeletons in their cupboard. The moment it is put to the people, they have to hide their faces. So with this track record, what morality they have got, and all this pay CM is not going to work.
Okay.
It has not found any traction anywhere.
Today a story came out again relating to the Congress party, since we are talking about the opposition in your state, that there is reportedly anybody who wants a ticket to the Congress party needs to pay 2 lakh rupees in demand draft. I want to get your reaction on that.
See, Congress party boasts itself party of the poor. Now, which poor man can pay 2 lakhs to get a ticket? That means in Congress, no poor man is going to get a ticket.
Okay.
No credible man can get a ticket. Only a person with money bags can get a ticket. So, who will be the person to get money bags? A man who is corrupt, or corrupt in business, or corrupt in politics, can only pay that kind of amount of this thing. So it is once again reflects on Congress the reliability on corruption and corrupt money to their politics. So it's really sad that more than 100 years old party, which has fought, they claim that independence.
Yeah.
A lot of other people have also fought it, not just Subhash Chandra Bose, Bhagat Singh. Bhagat Singh was not a congressman.
True.
Chandrasekhar was not a congressman. Lokman Tilak was not a congressman.
Correct.
Lala Lajpat Rai was not a congressman. I can go on. Therefore, this party has come to this stage where blatantly, openly are supporting the practice of corruption in this country.
One other issue which has been flagged off, some corporate leaders have also raised concerns about this, is about the promotion of the local language. Your government is planning to bring a bill in the next session of the Assembly where you are going to encourage Kannada in all spheres of public life, as it were. How does this fit in with what, let's say, other chief ministers in South are saying, whether it is Pinarayi Vijayan in Kerala, Stalin in Tamil Nadu, saying that this is Hindi imposition? How do you see it?
No, the question is very contradictory. In one breath, they say that I am imposing Kannada. Now, when I am imposing Kannada, how can Hindi come in a way?
Okay. No, but do you buy this argument that Hindi is being imposed?
No, when I am allowed to have Kannada and jobs for Kannadigas, when I am allowed, where is the question of Hindi? Every Matru Bhasha is also Rashtra Bhasha for me.
What do you say to corporate leaders who say, half Bangalore, the whole IT story was probably built by outsiders who came to this state? Why are you forcing them to learn the local language? What do you say to them? I don't want to name anybody, but you know who are the people who have raised this.
See, lot of you go check up the IT engineers. Most of them are from Kannada only.
Okay.
They come from different parts of Karnataka. They are the engineers and they are the technicians. The issue is they should not be worried because in Karnataka we have got skilled manpower and skill is very important for anything. And we are going to have a very big skill development programs for our youngsters right from village to the cities. So we are Kannadigas will be empowered with skill, technology. And that's good enough for any people, need not be worried about it.
Do you think job concerns are a reality? I mean, again, Congress and other opposition parties have been saying that jobless growth, we are growing at 7%, 8%, but it's jobless growth. Do you think that is a concern?
See, once again, Congress is really bankrupt with ideas. How can there be economic growth without jobs?
Yes.
And they consider what are the jobs created in the private sector not jobs. They only think of government jobs as jobs. After liberalization, globalization by their own Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, the whole concept of economic growth and employment generation has shifted to the private sector. They don't want to look at that side. In fact, Karnataka is giving 10% of the job to the entire country, highest. So once the economy grows, automatically it has to grow with the help of the people. And I believe that the people at the bottom of the pyramid are the real movers and shakers of economy. They are the people who are going to convert the capital into the economic activity. Therefore, I have given stress a lot to my people like farmers, laborers, skilled laborers, agriculture laborers, weavers, fishermen. So different professions what they occupy. I'm trying to help them in all respects. So for me, and secondly, we have got a very beautiful programs for both women and youth.
Okay.
I'm going to give employment for 5 lakh women and 5 lakh youths in 1 year. Self-employment.
Sure.
And I mean employment, self-employment.
So one other issue has been about the perception. It is a perception that after your government came to office, a lot of religious issues are coming to the forefront. As I give you a moment to get a sip of water, whether it is hijab or halal or whatever it is, how do you see this, and what would you say about this perception? Is this perception borne out in reality, or is this political? What is your understanding?
1 second, it's political. The girls who demanded to wear hijabs, they were not wearing hijabs the other day and the last year. They have been coming to school and college for 10 to 12 years without hijab. And all of a sudden they felt that hijab is there. They have been provoked. There is a lot of people behind it, including PFI and Congress behind it. But I didn't look at the religious perspective, which has been blown out both in public and press. See, I go by the solutions by the law. We have got a Karnataka Education Act, where the dress code is defined. That's how it has been upheld by
The
High Court, and now it is in the Supreme Court. Ultimately, a larger bench is going to look into it.
True.
And as you know, there is so much of hue and cry in the entire world about hijab, the liberalization of women there. So when the world is going other way, especially in the Islamic country, these people want to take a retroactive step. I am not pro or against it, but it's a perception which has been built politically. And I solved it legally. They tried to fight me politically, I solved it legally. Similarly, Azan, we have followed Supreme Court order on pollution. And now everybody is online. After 10 to 6, there are no loudspeakers for any community. And it's a Supreme Court direction. So everything is, they try to politicize, I solve them legally. That's the difference in our administration. I don't look everything through the glasses of religion. It's ultimately human beings are all one.
Yeah.
And we have to work together and live together. So there has to be some order in the society. An orderless society is a chaos, is anarchy.
Correct.
So in a democracy, there is no place for anarchy.
What is your impression of Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra? At least the images seem to show that there are a lot of crowds coming to his yatra.
It is a rotten crowd. There was no connect between Rahul Gandhi and people who worked with him. There is no connect between Rahul Gandhi and the people because he failed to address why he is walking. Why is walking? भारत जोड़ो, भारत कहाँ तोड़ गया है जोड़ने के लिए?
Okay.
जो टूटा था वो भी अभी एक हो रहा है. So he somehow, I don't know, his script writers are once again wrong. He has failed to connect with the people, both in Kerala and Karnataka and in Andhra.
When you came to office over a year ago, Mr. Bommai, there were people, outsiders, critics, opposition, some people even in your own party who said you will not last 6 months. Then they said you will not be the face going into the next election. Is that debate settled in your party? Will you be the chief ministerial face for BJP going into 2023?
You are talking to me as a chief minister of Karnataka after 1.5 years.
Yes.
So what is your take?
My take does not matter. I'm asking your take. You are the chief minister.
Just I said 1.5 years, if I am there, I'll be there and I'm going to lead through the success of BJP. BJP is going to come back to power in 2023.
So the leadership debate is settled.
You go on debating and I am becoming more stable and stable.
All right, Baswaraj Bomai, thank you very much for speaking with us here on CNN News 18 and congratulations on the successful holding of the Global Investors Meet.
Thank you so much. Thank you.